make drones and start mining. And then we're just droning up until we get 9 out of 9 population. If you rally your drones to the side like this, or outwards of the hatchery, the drone is less likely to get stuck on top of the hatchery. Less likely, but it's still possible, sadly. And then this 9th drone we're sending to the choke. Don't make an overlord yet. And then make another drone to go back to 9. And then don't make an overlord yet. Because this drone is gonna become the spawning pool. Make another drone, and then we make the overlord. We're delaying the overlord because we want this pool as fast as possible, because we want lings as fast as possible. And then at 250, send the drone out. We're making a 3rd hatchery. And then you could make another drone. And then just save larva from here. I have my main hatchery on control 5 and my choke hatchery on control 6. When this choke hatchery is at 1100 life, you're gonna send 2 drones to the choke to become 2 sunkens. So keep an eye on that. Send this drone to mine. Almost 1100. Take 2 drones, send it to the choke. And then 6 lings. And then you have a free hatchery, or you have a free larva from this hatchery. You could either make a 8th pair of lings, or you could just make a drone. For the purpose of this video, I'm just gonna make a drone. But if you feel like you're gonna get rushed really hard, then you could make 2 more lings to have total 8 lings. If you're Protoss, if you have a Protoss ally, you could ask him to send his first 2 zealots to your choke to ensure that you get it up, especially if he's 4-gating. Actually, if he's a good Protoss ally, even without you asking, he'd be sending his first 2 zealots to your choke to make sure it gets up safely. So make 2 creeps, and then at the same time you make a gas. If you want, you could just do the 5-hatch Hydra, where you get 5 hatcheries before your first gas. But since that's self-explanatory, since I already did a guide on that, I'll be showing 3-hatch Muta instead for this video. So if you want to go 5-hatch Hydra, that gas, you don't make it yet. Just follow the 5-hatch Hydra guide from there. And then with your lings, you could scout, you could attack, you could harass, you could help your allies. And then it's just pure drones from here. The reason why we make 6 lings is because you'll notice that it seems like we get these sunks in time, right? It seems like we get it around the same time as the 5hatch Hydra guide, but since it's towards the choke, the travel distance for enemy zealots is faster, so zealots are able to, like, if they get there before your sunkens are finished, they could run by, or they could try to attack down your sunks before they finish. That's what the lings are for. So if you feel like you need more sunks or you need more lings early game, make them. Just make sure you survive.
Our forces are under attack.
And then at 16, make an overlord. And then make a layer.
Our forces are under attack.
With these lings, you want to keep them alive because you could, like, poke in your enemy base with them, and then you could measure how much units they're making, which means you could measure how much sunks you need to make at your choke. At 100, get ling speed. Traditionally, when you 3hatch Muta in, like, BGH or ladder maps, when you get ling speed is the same time you get your second gas, but since you could already just follow the guide for that, I'll show you a build that's specific for fastest map that the top Korean fastest map players do. So we're not getting our gas just yet. Let's make a couple more sunks. Or not sunks, but creeps. And then our lings that are here outside of the enemy entrance, they're there to see when we need to turn those creeps into sunks. Make an overlord. Actually, you want to make your overlord around 23, 24. It's a bit late. But we're going to be losing drones from building a spire and 2 gas. So hopefully we don't get supply stuck. Make a 4th hatchery. Mine your gas. And then when this spire is at 330 life, you're gonna make a overlord, at least 2. And then from there, after you've spent the overlords at 330 life of this spire, you're gonna save all your larvae, because the time it takes for the spire to morph from 50% to 100% is the same time it takes a hatchery to get 3 larvae. So if we save correctly, we'll have 3 larvae from these 3 hatcheries when the spire is done, which means we could immediately make 9 mutalisks. So just 1 overlord and then we'll save. Seems like they're moving out, so I'll turn them into sunkens. And get another hatchery since we have an excess of minerals. And then we could make 9 mutas. From here, you could do the standard build of make. It depends on what your playstyle. If you want to play heavily into the Muta harass, you could upgrade Carapace or Flyer attack from your Spire. Or you could do the traditional way of getting a Hydra Den and then switching into Lurkers once you have 12 or 11 Mutalisks. But for this video, I'm gonna show a crazy Zerg playstyle. So send a drone out. Like right after you make the 9 mutas, send 2 drones out. Make a Evo and a Queen's Nest. Make sure you don't get supply stuck. And then you want to be making a lot of Mutalisks with your gas, and then drones and hatcheries with the leftover minerals. Make like two more gas. And then with your Mutalisks, you could harass, attack, defend. Make a hive. And then Carapace at the Evo. Keep making drones. Mind the gas. Let's get another hatchery, and then you could make your second Evo. When Hive is done, you get Adrenal, Defiler Mound, and Ultra Cavern. And then we're gonna stay on 5 gas for a while, since we have a lot of gas. When the Defiler Mound is done, you get Consume. You get 2 Defilers, and then you get 3 pairs of Lings. So the Defilers could eat them and instantly become full energy once Consume is finished. And then at the Ultralisk Cavern, we're gonna get the armor. This armor, it's a kind of broken upgrade for Ultralisks. What it does is, instead of giving you 1 armor, it gives you two armor. But it researches at a speed twice as fast as Evolution Chamber upgrades the +1 armor. So it's like 2 armor upgrades at 4 times the speed.
Our forces are under attack.
And then Make a bunch of Ultralisks. Make some Overlords to afford the Ultralisks. Keep your upgrades going. And then consume 3 Zerglings on your 2 defilers so that they're max energy, which is enough for 2 Dark Swarms for each defiler. All your gas goes to Ultras and then the rest goes to Lings. And then let's fill up the rest of our gas. And then make a couple more hatcheries. I mean, at this point, it's pretty much over for Terran. Get Ultralisk speed when the armor is done. And then attack. You want to wait for the defiler because it's a lot slower than the Lings and the Ultras. And then Dark Swarm makes your Ultralisks and Lings immune to pretty much all ranged attacks. Take your Lings, make them hold position near the defilers and then eat them. Just so you want to keep your defilers at full energy. So you always want to have, even though you want a lot of Ultras, you want to keep like 10 or 12 Lings in your army just so the defilers have food to eat to max out on energy. And get your Greater Spire, because if Terran see Ultralisks, they might try to go battle cruisers. So if you have your Greater Spire, then you could make Devourers to counter the battle cruisers. Get energy. When this energy upgrade is finished, you could cast a Plague and then a Dark Swarm with a Defiler. But I don't have it yet, so I can't do that.
Forces are under attack. Our forces are under attack.
Get your melee upgrades going. I guess you could make a den and get the Hydralisk upgrades.
Forces are under attack.
Get whatever upgrade you want. going Ultralisks might not be good against Protoss because they have Reavers and Dragoons, but against Terran, Ultras just make breaking tank lines so much easier.